complain, and compare. Yeah. So I'm just trying to avoid these three C's in my life, and I can see many positive things happening, and as well as the learnings from the book I'm trying to apply. So that's a good thing that I'm experiencing now.
Good, good, good. So comparing, what did you say? Can you repeat?
Yeah, three C's: comparing, criticizing, and
Complaining.
complaining. Yeah.
Excellent. So that is a good way of, evolving as a human being, because this is
Yes.
where
Yes.
the mind control is needed.
Right.
Thank you so much. So let's begin reading the chapter. So we are on
Sure.
week
Sure.
11. This is the first session and chapter 5.
Yes. Fine. I will start. I will also just would like to share screen today so that all of us can focus, if you allow.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay, it says host disabled participant screen sharing. Fine, no problem.
Let me know next time, so I'll make the arrangements.
Yes, yes, it's
Maybe
fine,
I'm
no
not
problem.
aware now.
Yeah. All right, so we'll begin with chapter 5, mental healings in modern times. Everyone is definitely concerned with the healing of bodily conditions and human affairs. What is it that heals? Where is this healing power? Where is this healing power? These are questions asked by everyone. The answer is that this healing power is the subconscious mind of each person, and a changed mental attitude on the part of the sick person releases this healing power. No mental or religious science practitioner, psychologist, psychiatrist, or medical doctor ever healed a patient. There is an old saying, the doctor dressed the wound, but God heals it. The psychologist or psychiatrist proceeds to remove the mental blocks in the patient so that the healing principle may be released, restoring the patient to health. Likewise, the surgeon removes the physical block, enabling the healing currents to function normally. No physician, surgeon, or mental science practitioner claims that he healed the patient. The one healing path is called by many names: nature, life, God, creative intelligence, and subconscious power. As previously outlined, there are many different methods used to remove the mental, emotional, and physical blocks, which inhibit the flow of the healing life principle animating all of us. The healing principle resident in your subconscious mind can and will, if properly directed by you or some other person, heal your mind and body of all disease. This healing principle is operative in all men regardless of creed, color, or race. You do not have to belong to some particular church in order to use and participate in this healing process. Your subconscious will heal the burnt or cut on your hand, even though you profess to be an atheist or agnostic.
Such
The
beautiful
modern, yeah,
examples,
yeah,
such beautiful examples. He's saying that your subconscious heals everything. So there's a beautiful line. He healed the patient. No physician, surgeon, or mental science practitioner claims he healed the patient. The one healing power is called by many names: nature, life, God, creative intelligence, and the subconscious power. So this is something, you know, when we see practically, at times it actually looks very, unrealistic. But yes, yes, it is still there. As you are a practitioner, Amity, so you can understand that, in the previous chapters, as we were studying, that even if the doctor is there, doctor's own
yes,
faith also heals the patient.
True.
right? So even if the patient has a, blind faith on you, even that works.
Absolutely, yes.
So in any case, like it is like whosoever has a understanding of this higher power, actually it is very beneficial. So whether a
Yeah.
patient is, trusting his own subconscious, or he is trusting another human being, maybe a doctor or a healer or whosoever, the power is great. And say, and then he is saying, in the last line, this healing principle is operative in all men, regardless of creed, color, or race. You do not have to belong to some particular church in order to use and participate in this healing process. So that is, we believe in so many temples, shrines, and we keep on believing in them. So even in that also, if we think that it's our own power which is working.
Yeah.
And in the next here also, the modern therapeutic mental therapy. This is where we have to start again. So he's saying whether you believe in God or you don't believe in God, actually it is your own subconscious power. Such an excellent viewpoint. Anybody has to share something? Ritika? Shilpi? Okay, anyhow, we'll continue. Continue.
Yes. The modern mental therapeutic procedure is based on the truth that the infinite intelligence and power of your subconscious mind responds according to your faith. The mental science practitioner or minister follows the injection of the Bible. That is, he goes into his closet and shuts the door, which means he still his mind, relaxes, lets go and thinks of the infinite healing presence within him. He closes the door of his mind to all outside distractions as well as appearances, and then he quietly and knowingly turns over his request or desire to his subconscious mind, realizing that the intelligence of his mind will answer him according to his specific needs. The most wonderful thing to know is this: imagine the end desired and feel its reality. Then the infinite life principle will respond to your conscious choice and your conscious request. This is the meaning of belief you have received and you shall receive. This is what the modern mental scientist does when he practices prayer therapy. One process of healing. There is only one universal healing principle operating through everything: the cat, the dog, the tree, the grass, the wind, the earth, for everything is alive. This life principle operates through the animal, vegetable, and mineral kingdoms as instinct and the law of growth. Man is consciously aware of this life principle, and he can consciously direct it to bless himself in countless ways. There are many different approaches, techniques, and methods in using the universal power, but there is only process of healing, which is faith. For according to you, for according to your faith, is it done unto you.
Such an amazing message. See, there is only one process of healing. Give me a minute.
Faith, yeah.
So he's saying, there is only one process of healing, which is faith, or according to your faith, it is done to you. Such a, it feels so powerful actually. That however and whosoever we believe in, things start happening according to that. So it is basically the belief which we are carrying. Right, Ritika? Devashri has so many experiences. If she can speak, though she is traveling, yet she is attending. So good. This is the spirit. Devashri, are you able to contribute a little? Ma'am, signal issues. Okay, no problem. No problem. So I think we all have, these kind of experiences in our life where we understand how at some point of life, our own, life has changed in certain ways where we have believed something and it hasn't happened, especially in the terms of, health. So we see our children, we see our family members, we see our parents, and somewhere or the other, it is only our belief, in that outer power. We can say it is God or something, but actually, that trust is actually building in us. If you remember the past chapters, there it was written, when we keep on repeating a statement continuously, it manifests. So it is the same thing. So if we keep on repeating the wonderful things and blessing, important thing is blessing ourselves. So here is seeing a very beautiful point that we are the most wonderful thing to know in this. Imagine the end desired and feel its reality. Then the infinite life principle will respond to your conscious choice and your conscious request. This is the meaning to believe you have received and you shall receive. Am I reading the right page now?
Yes, yes.
So this is the meaning of believe you have received and you shall receive. So this is what the modern mental scientist does when he practices prayer therapy. So, and in the first paragraph here also he says the mental science practitioner or the minister follows the injunction of the Bible. That is, he goes into his closet and shuts the door, which means he stills his mind, relaxes, lets go, and thinks of the infinite healing presence within him. So that means, believing in our own self. When a doctor or a healer or somebody, who understands that the gut feeling that yes, I can do, I am good at it, that confidence within ourselves actually is uh, helping the patient, and we are ready for doing a surgery or whatever therapeutic issues we are helping people around. So he closes the door of his mind to all outside distractions as well as appearances, and then he quietly and knowingly turns over his request or desire to his subconscious mind, realizing that the intelligence of his mind will answer him according to his specific needs. So there is a lot of depth in it. So when we I suppose when I have been practicing Reiki for quite a long time, so I remember when people used to come and during the time of COVID, that was a very crucial time for everybody. It was a question of literally life and death. So at that point, I remember a patient who was literally on the ventilator. And I had literally motivated, and I literally believed in myself. Now I realize that I literally believe that this healing will bring him out of all these things. And miraculously, he recovered and he is absolutely fine. But he said, "Ma'am, you saved me from the deathbed." Honestly, now I realize that my own, belief in the power of healing somebody and bringing him out is actually that work. Of course, the energy works. Of course, the Reiki works. Of course, your intentions work. So many things are behind us. So in any case, when we we are looking at somebody with faith, the other person, its own faith also works a lot. And I think Amiji, you agree because you are also in the same profession.
Yes, yes, absolutely. The faith
Uh,
is extremely important. Yes.
yes, yes. So anything anybody has to share? Ritika has unmuted herself. Ritika, आपने कुछ share करना है? कुछ कहना है आपको या कुछ पूछना है, रितिका?
अनम्यूट कर रही हूँ.
Shilpi, anything? There should be some noise in the group now. It looks like only 2 people are talking.
Yes, basically, what I have learned is everything begins with oneself, with ourselves. So as the
Yes.
faith or the belief that we are carrying, it is going to be projected outside. So that's why, since the beginning of the book, what I have noticed is the author Joseph Murphy, he's, again and again taking us back to the basic point, to the initial point. Believe and faith. That is, we have that believe and faith within ourselves. Rest, everything will fall in this place. Even
Yes.
whether it's your physical well-being, mental well-being, relations, finances, everything. So it all begins with oneself. And so it is as the belief as the one carries, so accordingly he'll be blessed.
Yes.
So,
Right. Thank you, Shilpi. Yes.
Yeah, I would like to,
Yes, yes.
just go back and I'm reading it again. Just hear it through. Okay. This life principle operates through the animals, vegetables, and mineral kingdoms as instinct and the law of growth. Man isn't consciously aware of this life principle, and if he knows, then he can consciously direct it to bless himself in countless ways.
Yes, yes.
Does
I
it make
missed
sense?
yes, of course. I was about to say, but I missed the line where it was. So you pointed out correct, Ramji.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Yes, it is basically, blessing our own self in so many ways. If we stop self-sabotaging ourselves and, understanding our needs, there are so many times which we start, we ignore ourselves. So this is the point where we learn to bless ourselves. Yes, thank you. Let's continue.
Yeah. The law of belief. All religions of the world represent forms of belief, and these beliefs are explained in many ways. The law of life is belief. What do you believe about yourself, life, and the universe? It is done unto you as you believe. Belief is a thought in your mind which causes the power of your subconscious to be distributed into all phases of your life according to your thinking habits. You must realize the Bible is not talking about your belief in some ritual, ceremony, form, institution, man, or formula. It is talking about belief system. The belief of your mind is simply the thought of your mind. If through Kant's belief, all things are possible to him that believed. Mark 9:23. I think it's a verse from Bible.
Yes.
Yeah. It is foolish to believe in something to hurt or harm you. Remember, it is not the thing believed in that hurts or harms you, but the belief or thought in your mind which creates the result. All your experiences, all your actions, and all the events and circumstances of your life are but the reflections and reactions to your own thought.
My God, isn't it something very, very powerful? It is like the cause and effect. All your experiences, all your actions, and all the events and circumstances of your life are but the reflections and reactions to your own thought. So it is like, and in the previous paragraph, he's saying the belief of your mind is simply the thought of your mind. It's simply a thought. How easily he has written it. It's like very smooth that it is the thought of your mind. So when if something is not working for us, we can simply shift or change that belief. So this is what he's saying. So if we are are hurting, it is foolish to believe in something to hurt or harm you. That means it's only our thought through which we are thinking that somebody is going to harm me or disturb me. So that is the mind, continuously telling us. But if we start thinking in a very reverse way, where he said to bless yourself. So if we are saying in a blessing way that yes, this is nobody is there to harm me, people are loving, actually I think the ego doesn't allow, but actually it is not that difficult, because only the point is we need to believe that when this can happen, the other thing can also happen. So this is how, we build that kindness and compassion. If we have, it is like we should do to others what we want them to do to us. It's the same thing, right? So if we think, if we start, taking, as you were in the beginning saying that you've removed the 3 C's. So in any case, when you have started, Amiji, a very good practice is of not criticizing, complaining, and
Right.
what was the third one? Comparing.
Comparing. Yeah.
Yes. So in that sense, it's such a marvelous thing that what you create outside, because you are not complaining or judging something inside. Obviously, whatever is going to come, it might be a previous, repercussion of a thought or something. But when we understand that no, I am not going to get into that loop again, and I have to stop doing what I have been doing previously. So there itself, the change happens.
Yes. Yes.
So this is again blessing ourselves, no?
Right.
Nothing to hurt or harm. So means, see, criticism, to avoid criticism is literally like a mental balance, that stillness. So yeah, as a therapist, even if we take somebody, we never think that somebody is going to criticize us. We always think that this patient has come to me and he should be healed. And then rest, we let the nature and the God and everybody else to take care. So in every way, we are always, working on that harmony, outside harmony. So this is where that is why he's saying that it is which is the faith, which is according to your faith, it is done to you. Such a beautiful line. Yes,
Right.
continue.
Yes. Ma'am, here just one thing I want to
Yes, please.
ask. Like experiences and faith. Now, possibly that my faith or my beliefs, I will develop my beliefs and faith system based on my experiences.
Yes.
But now here he is saying that, your experience is a result of your faith.
Yes.
So
Of your belief.
Your belief, yeah. So here, can you just explain a little more on this?
Whatever we believed in is a cause. Whatever we are seeing outside is the effect. Okay. So when the effect is not in alignment to the cause, we start getting irritated, because we don't know what we believed in which has caused this. So the mostly what happens is what we see outside is something which is unpleasant, and inside we are thinking that it should be correct. The only point is, when we shift that belief, this is what I was explaining, when we shift that belief that somebody is going to harm me, no, somebody is actually loving me, it becomes very difficult, because the past experience doesn't allow me to shift, to change.
Yeah.
Right? But he is again saying the same thing. It is talking about belief itself. The belief of your mind is simply the thought of your mind. So when we shift that thought to thinking good, harmonious, my ego will literally, backfire. How is it possible? But then over the period, only when I learn that I am not going to criticize or blame or compare or do anything which is against of what I want to see, I can only bring harmony first in myself, and then I can create. So it's a blessing, no? I am in tuning my own mind to become lighter and lighter and lighter. So that is what Shilpi was saying. Everything begins from us.
Right.
So clear?
Yeah, exactly. And I think same thing now I have started following the same thing, the triple C, avoidance of triple C. So whenever if thought of complaining or criticizing comes in my mind, I immediately now I've started shifting that thought, that what is better to this situation, or what better I can do to that situation to avoid that.
Yes.
So I think, yeah, I've started practicing that. Initially, it was very difficult, but now I'm trying to do it, and it is
This is
helping me.
amazing.
And yeah,
This is
it
really,
is.
this is really amazing, because, our own body doesn't allow. You will have some pains or something on the other when you start shifting. It is like your
Yes.
comfort zone is going to break.
Right.
But when you believe that, no, what I want is exactly, I believe in that, I'll get it. This is what he's saying. You have to have the faith that, or, initially it is like a trial, hidden trial. Okay, let me try. So when you start, focusing on that goodness within you, and you stop, no, I don't have to repeat the same what I did previously. So if I have been, retaliating to something, or taking, or in a revenge mode, now I stop. No, I don't want to carry this forward. Immediately the energy shifts.
Yes.
And it makes us lighter.
True.
To understand
Yes.
our own emotion at that moment is the most crucial point.
Right.
So
Being
it is,
self-aware.
yes,
Yeah.
it is, of course, it is making us so much self-aware, so much mindful of, what we are creating. So he's clearly saying the life is inside out.
Yeah.
So in this also, we have only 5 minutes, then I'll share the link again. Okay. So all your experiences, all your actions, and all the events and circumstances of your life are but the reflections and reactions to your own thought. Imagine. Reflections and reactions to your own thought. So that means if I have told myself that somebody is going to be harmful, I am only reacting to it because the person is just going to behave the same way. See, understand? So when I have consciously the power to heal somebody through my faith, through that same faith and belief, I have the power to harm them also. Right? But if I make a conscious choice of shifting from being unhealthy to becoming healthy, in my own cells will start, getting better. My body will start healing, which is saying a natural power of the body. Because though the energy sucking thoughts in me are reducing. And that is how we start healing.
Right.
Clear?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, we have 4 minutes. We'll read as much, then we'll continue with the next chapter, next session.
Okay. Yeah. Prayer therapy is the combined function of the conscious and subconscious mind scientifically directed. Prayer therapy is the synchronized, harmonious, and intelligent function of the conscious and subconscious levels of mind, specifically directed for a definite purpose. In scientific prayer or prayer therapy, you must know what you are doing and why you are doing it. You trust the law of healing. Prayer therapy is sometimes referred to as the mental treatment, and another term is scientific prayer. In prayer therapy, you consciously choose a certain idea, mental picture, or plan which you desire to experience. You realize your capacity to convey this idea or mental image to your subconscious by feeling the reality of the state assumed. As you remain faithful in your mental attitude, your prayer will be answered. Prayer therapy is a definite mental action for a definite specific purpose. Let us suppose that you decide.
Such a powerful line. We'll end. I'll just explain, and then we'll continue with the next session. So here he says, in the prayer therapy, you consciously choose a certain idea, mental picture, or plan which you desire to experience. You know what I do is, Amiji, I have a practice. Whenever I read certain things now, and
Mhm.
before sitting into the session, if I have an area which I really need to heal or change, I start thinking in my mind, how will this practice or today's session going to help me? When you're
Yeah.
looking for solutions, the solutions start appearing. So when I am,
Yes.
what he's saying exactly the same, you realize your capacity to convey this idea or mental image to your subconscious by feeling the reality of the state assumed. So it is like looking, problems are there, but then focus is again on the solution. So when the solution, when they are telling each and every line, when you start sinking it in your own mind, that how is this going to work on my situation? What is this informing me? How is this helping me? This way we start, getting the answers. And this has been a regular practice. I think from many years I've been doing this. Whenever I sit for any of the sessions or something where I am, involved in teaching or learning, the first point I take with myself is, what am I going to learn today? So
Yeah.
somewhere or the other, this has always helped me. So whenever I'm just telling, whenever we sit for such sessions, in our mind, if we are looking at promptly at something, addressing something in our mind, it starts sinking in, how this is going to help, because the subconscious is active, right?
Yeah.
So I think we'll join the other session, and thank you so much. We have, I think, a few seconds left.
Yeah. 1.5 minutes.